Hi Andy, good morning. This is Dr. C.H. Kiran Kumar dealing you the machine learning part. Today we are going to discuss about the last unit, the 6th unit of our syllabus called as, in the beginning we have to deal with what is called dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reductions, by which we have to know about principal component analysis. Then we will talk about implementation and demonstration. Right. What do you mean by dimensionality reduction? What do you mean by dimensionality reduction? When dealing with high dimensional data, dimension means number of features. Number of features is called dimensions, and number of features is called dimension. When dealing with high dimensional data, it is often useful to reduce the dimensionality by projecting the data to a lower dimensional subspace which captures the essence of the data. See, చాలా డైమెన్షన్స్, చాలా ఫీచర్స్ ఉండటం వలన అది ఒక్కొక్కసారి కర్స్ అవుతుంది, ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనకి డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ అవుతుంది. అది దాన్ని నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫీచర్స్ ని కనుక రెడ్యూస్ చేయగలిగితే అప్పుడు ఆ డేటా యొక్క ఎసెన్స్ అర్థం అవుతుంది. అందుకని number of features ni tagginchataanne we call it as dimensionality reduction antaru. Right, the number of input variables or features for a data set is referred to as its dimensionality. Dimensionality reduction refers to the techniques that reduce the number of input variables in a data set. More input feature often make a predictive modeling task more difficult. Sometimes limited number of features definitely gives you good prediction, but more input features often make a predictive model task more difficult. See, the large number of input features can cause poor performance for machine learning algorithms. Dimensionality reduction is a general field of study concerned with reducing the number of input features. Dimensionality reduction methods include feature selection, linear algebra methods, projection methods, and autoencoders. And we will be dealing with the PCA. Right. Let us now, before going to the actual principal component analysis, let us see what are called eigenvalues. How eigenvectors are created. For example, if you take a matrix A11 to AKK, see this is a K by K matrix. Eigenvalue W lambda kanaka teesukunte eigenvector ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే eigenvector చూడండి, this is A into some x1, some values is equal to lambda into some. See, there is nothing. See, if this and this gets cancelled, or see, so we have multiplied this here, we have multiplied this here. See, if this is called satisfy, this is the formula, right, which is equivalent to the homogeneous system. See, lambda I, A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Lambda I and unit matrix, that is 1 0 0 1 for a 2 by 2 matrix. That is what we have written here, my dear friends. Let us see, this is into V1, sorry, into V1. Right, this V1 is called eigenvector. See, this is how it is. A11, see, minus lambda, only diagonal elements are written with a minus. Into this x1, x2, xk, this is called eigenvector V1, and we say it is 0. See, ilaga alanti lambda ni we have to find out. Then lambda is called eigenvalue. For example, let us take a small problem. A is equal to 0 1 minus 2 minus 3. Mana the thing is, see, A minus lambda I into V1 is equal to 0. So let us take, right, 0, 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus lambda 0, 0 lambda is equal to 0 anukunte. See, this is 0 minus lambda, 1 minus 0, 1, minus 2, minus 0, minus 2, minus 3, minus 3, minus lambda, minus 3, minus lambda. So this can be written as, see, you multiply this, lambda plus 3 lambda plus lambda square minus 2 ante lambda square plus 3 lambda plus 2 equal to 0. So by using normal square, we can calculate the roots. Roots are, see, ax square plus bx plus c roots ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So roots are x1 x2 is equal to plus or minus b b square minus 4ac by 2a minus b plus or minus by 2a. So this formula use cheskone we can easily find out the lambda 1 and lambda 2 values, and these two values are called as eigenvalues. Now we can see a v1 is equal to lambda 1 into v1. So a minus lambda, it can be a v1 is equal to lambda into v1. So a minus lambda 1 into v1 is equal to 0. And now we can see here minus lambda 1, 1, minus 2, minus lambda 1, minus 3 into v1 equal to 0. See, that is what it is. This is lambda 1, 1, minus 2, 4. Minus 3 minus lambda 1 is into v1 equal to 0. See, now if you see here, we'll get, if you just minus 1 ganaka teeseste, see, this is y2 anukunnam, this is y1 anukunnam, minus 1 ganaka teeseste, you will get, this is minus 1, this is minus 1, not minus of minus 1 gets plus 1, 1, 1, and then if you do minus 2, yes, minus 2, and then what is this? Minus 3 minus lambda 1, minus 3 minus of minus 1 plus 1, so minus 2, this becomes minus 2. Into v1 is equal to 1, 1, minus 2, v1, v2, v12. Right, v1, see, multiply this on go, 1 into v11, 1 into v12, that is equal to v11 plus v12 equal to 0. And if you see even the second one, minus 2 v11 is minus 2 v12 is equal to 0. That is v11 is equal to minus v12, minus v12. That is, so v1 is equal to some k into plus 1 minus 1. Ante v11. Now we have to find out the relation between v11 v12. That is, ikkada v11 ki v12 ki relation enti, v11 is equal to minus v12. This is called, and such formation is called eigenvector. Similarly, we can easily find out v2 also, a minus lambda 2 into v2 equal to 0. Similarly, v2 is equal to k into plus 1 minus 2. This is called, these are called eigenvectors. Eigenvectors. Let us now go back to our, so these are all eigenvalues, my dear friends, right? Go back to our dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction is a way to reduce the complexity of a model and avoid overfitting. Complexity of a model ni reduce cheyadaniki upayogapadutadi. There are two main categories of dimensionality reduction: feature selection and feature extraction. So only selecting some features. See, if there are 5 features, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, select only 2 or 3 features which are very useful. That is called selection. Feature extraction. Suppose if you have A1, A2, A3, sometimes you may need to add some more A4, A5 or B4, B5 need to be extraction. Feature extraction. Via feature selection, we select a subset of original features, whereas in feature extraction, we derive information from the feature set to construct a new feature subspace. Right. Now, PCA aims to find the directions of maximum variance in high dimensional data and projects it into a new subspace with equal or fewer dimensions than the original. That is selection. Our PCA is come under feature selection. But this selection is made on maximum variance. Find the directions of maximum variance. Right. Let us the steps involved in PCA are one, standardize the d-dimensional data set. What do you mean by standardizing? See, for example, no A, B, C, D are the features anukunte. For example, now what we have to do is A will have n values, B will have C. We have to have standardize here, normalize here. What is the formula of normalization? This is x1, x2, x3 anukunte. You find the mean of this mu. So x1 minus mu by standard deviation gives you the mean of the see standardized cheste appudu emaitante unit ki different unit to sambandham lekunda we can easily perform all operations. So this is what called standardization. Construct the covariance matrix. Construct the covariance matrix. Decompose the covariance matrix into eigenvectors and eigenvalues. See, decompose here. Ante ichina matrix ni ila eigenvalues, eigenvectors ga decompose cheyali. Chesin tarvata sort the eigenvalues by decreasing order to rank the corresponding eigenvectors. Select k eigenvectors which correspond to the k largest eigenvalues, where k is the dimensionality of the new feature subspace. That is, k is less than or equal to d. See, now construct a projection matrix W from the top k eigenvectors. Transform the d-dimensional input data set X using the projection matrix W to obtain the new k-dimensional feature subspace. This is called PCA. PCA. Hope you understood, my dear friends. This is very important, right? Right. Next, PCA can be explained in a number of different ways. Here we will derive it by means of singular value decomposition. A singular value decomposition. It is an n by d matrix can be uniquely written as the product of three matrices with special properties. Three matrices. What are they? See, this is sigma x is equal to u sigma. Sigma అనేది కూడా ఒక వేరియబుల్ అండి, v power t. See, because uv are always orthogonal to one each other. అందుకనే v ని transpose గా మాట్లాడతాం. See, the singular value decomposition of m by n complex matrix X. This is an m by n matrix. M by n matrix. It is factorized into u sigma v, where u is an m by m complex unitary matrix. Sigma is m by, this is m by, u is an m by m matrix. U is an m by m matrix, and our sigma is an m by n, sorry, m by n matrix, and our sigma is an n by n matrix, and our v is an m by n matrix, an n by n complex. See, if X is real, U and V can also be guaranteed to be real orthogonal matrix. In such context, the SVD is often denoted as U sigma V power T, because UV are orthogonal to one another. Now, eigen decomposition. The columns of V are the eigenvectors of S, and the elements on the diagonal sigma square, which is itself is a diagonal matrix, are the eigenvalues. The right singular vector of the data matrix X or the eigenvectors of the scatter matrix S is equal to x power t into x. And the singular matrix values of X are the square root of the eigenvalues of S. So it can be written as G is equal to x into x power t, where x is in the previous formula, we can see this as W is equal to U sigma. So it can be written as W can be written as XV. XV is equal to U sigma V power T into V, because that is equal to, this is our X. That is equal to U sigma, that is taken as W by orthogonality of V. In other words, we can construct W from X by means of transformations of V. This is the reformulation of X in terms of the principal components. The newly constructed features are found in U sigma. The first row is the first principal component, and the second row is the second principal component, and so on. This is called W. Hope you understood. W is equal to U sigma. The principal components have a geometric interpretation as the direction in X has largest and second largest variance. This is called PCA, right? This is again shown with, right. S is equal to x power t into x. X can be written as U sigma V power t whole power t into U sigma V power t. It can be written as, because V and U are orthogonal to one another, so you can replace V and U positions in Mars there. V sigma U whole power t into U sigma V power. It can be written as V sigma square V power t. Sigma square V power t. This is known as eigen decomposition of the matrix S. The columns of V are eigenvectors of S, and the elements of the diagonal sigma square is the eigenvalues. Sigma square are the eigenvalues. These are all eigenvalues, and V are the eigenvectors. Right. For example, if you consider another matrix 1 0 1 0 0 2, similarly you can easily construct eigen vectors. This is the multiplication of this gives you this eigen. This can be decomposed. This matrix can be decomposed into 3 matrices. These matrix decomposition techniques are often used for dimensionality reduction. This is where our dimensionality is used. This is dimensionality of features. Hope you understood, right? So lastly, one interesting aspect of this matrix decomposition such as SVD is that, they expose a previously hidden variable in the data. This can be seen as follows. You can see here, the formula is U sigma V transpose is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to R Ui rho I VA of whole power t. That is, this is the formula, right? Suppose consider a decomposition or approximation U sigma V power t with diagonal sigma, but not necessarily orthogonal U and V. We make an assumption that U and V are orthogonal and denote the ith column of U and V as Ui, an vector, an n vector, Vi, a d vector. Then Ui rho I Vi whole power t is an outer product that produces an n by d matrix rank 1. My dear friends, this is the same. U sigma v power t. Similarly, here we are writing it as ui sigma I into vi whole power t. That's it. There is no much difference here. See, ui sigma I vi whole power t, as simple as that. Ui sigma I vi whole power t, and we are adding the sum. We are adding all such sum. This gives you, that is, see, rank 1 n by d matrix with rank. A rank 1 matrix is such that every column is obtained from a single basis vector multiplied by a scalar. We just multiplied lambda. Assuming u and v have rank r, these basis vectors are independent, and so summing up of these rank 1 matrices for all I products gives you, I produces the original matrix. See, this is the original matrix we are adding. No, the sum of all these three will give you this. Hidden variables, this is hidden variable. This is the hidden variable. So if you add these three, you'll get the original matrix. So this is it. No, the question might be asked on this is direct question. This is the direct question is dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. In this, we have to focus on what is called principal component analysis. Dimensionality reduction, principal component analysis. Implementation and demonstration. Implementation and demonstration is nothing but eigenvalues, eigenvector. So you have to know how do we calculate eigenvalues, how do we calculate eigenvector. This is just for example I have shown you. So the complete task is depending on eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So we are completely depend on this total concept belongs to eigenvalues and eigenvectors, and the third one is SVD. SVD. See, this is what this is it. This is the 6th unit, part 1. We are left with only part 2 of 6th chapter, that is ANN. Already you might have studied in your so this is our entire syllabus. So in this syllabus, you can just have a look at this. See, Unit 6 comprises of so you can see here. Unit C comprises of dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. In this, we talked about principal component analysis, implementation and demonstration. Next comes as artificial neural networks, ANN. Introduction, neural network representation, appropriate problems for neural network learning, multi-layer networks, and the back propagation algorithm. See, these three topics you already might have learned in your ANN. So I need not tell you the introduction and all, because right, but still I'll just I'll try to give you the notes and all. This is the end of this particular unit, and I hope you got the thing. Thank you.